money on my mind. Gotta hustle and grind. Financial literacy always on my mind. I'm stacking knowledge, no time to waste. Gotta invest smart, gotta keep up the pace. I'm reading books, learning all the tricks, studying the market, making calculated picks.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Reckless Rated Arrow, and we are back at it again for another episode of Crypto Portfolio Updates. Now, we are in unprecedented times. The Bitcoin bull run has begun. I am super excited. I have not been this excited since 4 years ago, last bull run. And the last time was 4 years prior to that, the bull run before that. So this being my third bull run, like I say all the time, I know what to do with the money and what we are going to be looking at and going over as we get into the bull cycle, the banana zone, the craziness. Is somebody navigating through it and telling you the truth. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it because I got some things I want to talk about today. So what we're going to do, get this pulled up full screen, get me gone. You can hear my wonderful voice, but we are going to be jumping into the business first and foremost. Actually, hold up. I gotta full screen myself real quick. Hold up a second. I gotta come back full screen. If you like the video yet, have you? Because if you haven't, you should hit the like button. If you are not subscribed, I welcome you to join the Wolf Pack because we're not trying to get rich over here by ourselves. By hitting that subscribe button, make sure you hit the bell and turn all notifications on because I do not spam on my channel. You get video updates as they drop. We do not just talk about crypto over here. It's all bag talk all the time. So we're working on all the strategies, a big part of which, obviously, considering we do a weekly update on it, is crypto. And share the video as well, because obviously if you got value, somebody you know might get value. We answer some random questions over here. Also, I take questions. You can email me. You can ask questions down in the comment. Let me know your thoughts. Hit the timestamp so that we can go back and talk about it, because definitely when I am over here on these other crypto influencers' necks, asking them why they are not telling the truth, asking them why they are shilling coins that are blatantly no good, I timestamp it so they know exactly what I was talking about. Super helpful. Okay, back to what we was talking about. All right, so first and foremost, we got Bitcoin dominance sitting at 55.3%. Obviously, it's in the news all over the place. Next, we have Ethereum dominance at 13.3%. Ethereum's making plays right now. Next, we have gas fees at 14.188 Gwei. Getting a little bit pricey over there on Ethereum. 'Tis the season. Right now, as of this recording, scrolling down, we've got Bitcoin sitting at $80,280.99. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? So we might be having some shifts in what we're doing, actually, because 80,000 was a metric for me. That's part of my strategy, which is cool. It's all going to work out in the end. Ethereum sitting above $3,188.51. $3,190.23. Crypto never sleeps. The market is active. Let's get on to the next part. We've got the top 3 trending coins. Shout outs to CoinGecko. We have Simon's Cat. We have Sui. Been hearing a lot in the shill streets about Sui. A lot of the crypto influencers, the ones that get paid, talking about Sui right now. They're making a push. Dogecoin. Hearing a little bit about Dogecoin. Now let's jump over into the fun stuff. Now that we got all these pumps, let's see what this looks like. We do the top 5 gainers and losers. I'm hoping that everyone is on the gainers list. I hope that no one's on the losers list. We always start with the gainers. I like to start with the good news and end with the bad news over here. At number 1, at rank 435, we have Rabbitcoin, RBTC, with a gain of 114%. At number 2, we have at rank 952, Doge Eat Doge, with a gain of 67.3% in the last 24 hours. At number 3, we have at rank 790, Bongo Cat, with a gain of 49.2%. At number 4, we have Tribe at rank 246 with a gain of 36. Actually, at number 4, we have, because this is an ever updating list, at number 4, we actually have at rank 303 Teller Tributes with a gain of 50.3%. And then at number 5, these are switched now because of the updates. We have Tribe at rank 246 with a, actually, they're not even number 5 anymore. What are they doing up here? Okay, so at number 5, we have Guild of Guardians. See, this is the reason you got to do this, because this gets out of order real quick, because it doesn't shift them. It just gives you the update. Guild of Guardians at rank 976 with a gain of 48.1%. Let's hope that this is a little bit more straightforward on the top 5 losers. Again, I hope none of you guys are over here, but we're all going to visit this list at some point, most likely. Actually, I'm not going to say that. You might not be in the top 5 losers, but we all see a little bit of red, but the red over here is minuscule and out of order now. So at number 1, because we're making the adjustment, at number 1, we have at rank 720, we have AI Companions AIC with a loss of 21.7%. At number 2, we have at rank 496 Zerebro with a loss of 20.8%. At number 3, we have at rank 630 MAGA with a loss of 20.5%. At number 4, we have at rank 639 Swell with a loss of 19.6%. And last but not least, at number 5, we have at number 300 and ranked at 351 Department of Government Efficiency with a loss of 14.4%. The internet remains undefeated. Okay. Moving on, before we jump into this, obviously, we got to give some updates. We are up 2.2% on the day, and never mind. Hold on. That was the wrong. See, click the wrong portfolio. We got to talk about it. Okay, here we go. Let's see where we're at. So I was about to say those numbers are off. Okay. So for the day, we are up a total of 2.3% correction, and we are finally back in the green. All it takes is one good pump. Things happen in crypto. We are up 3.8%. We are still not beating the S&P 500, but give it a little bit of time for the market to do what it do. So let's jump into it here. Jumping into the portfolio, we're going to go ahead and jump straight into the top 10. I got a little spiel for you, and we'll get you up out of here because we got some stuff to talk about. First and foremost, number 1, we have Solana, SOL. At number 2, we have Radium, RAY. At number 3, we have Injective, INJ. At number 4, we have Ethereum, ETH. At number 5, we have Superverse, SUPER. At number 6, we have Jupiter Perpetual Liquidity Provider Token, JLP. That is a mouthful. At number 7, we have Camelot Token, GRAIL. At number 8, we have Immutable, IMX. At number 9, we have Wrapped Bitcoin, WBTC. And last but not least, rounding out the top 10 holdings list, we have at number 10, Thorwallet, DEX, TGT. Now, let me get back on the screen here. Okay, so hold on. We need to go ahead and end that. Make this bigger so that I'm up here. So we got some stuff I want to talk about here, and it's stuff that I've been seeing, and it's really interesting. Like we just went through a pivotal election, and you know I'd like to say that within the political realm, a lot of people found out that you can't just market your way to a win without any substance, and it seems Actually, it doesn't even seem. The same thing is going on in the cryptocurrency space. And, you know, my motto, somebody's got to tell the truth. I'm going to speak on it. Because there is definitely a cabal. People in none of the spaces that I'm involved with in these YouTube streets really want to deal with me, because a lot of them are liars. As shout out to Ricky Williams would say, they're liars. And they don't want to deal with somebody who tells the truth, or who's going to call them on call BS. And I am not going to sit on any platform and cosign BS of any sort, especially when it comes to the detriment of the people who could potentially be listening to it. I find that to be very offensive. I find it to be very low class. I find it to be very cowardly that you'll say anything for a buck and lead people astray for a buck to do what you want to do. Navigate how you want to navigate, because these people live here and I don't. And by live here, I mean they make the majority of their money from here. I don't make hardly any money from here, like every once in a while. And I haven't been doing live, so like I haven't even been getting like cash apps or anything. Like I don't make my money here. We're documenting a journey, and that's the reason I make these videos. Also, I get to help some people. I've gotten to connect with people that in the real world, like not just being online, you know, outside that place that exists. By doing the stuff that I do online and carrying myself the way that I carry, which is the same as how I carry myself in real life. And it makes people want to network with you and, you know, work on some stuff in the real world with you. So the cryptocurrency space has not gotten that revelation yet, because there are a whole class of new suckers that come into this space every bull run. And they're here for it. They're here. They're going to make their money. They're going to show their coins. They're getting paid by these coins by these people behind the scenes. And a lot of these channels spring up specifically for the bull run. They will not be here talking about anything during the bear market, because most of them are not working on anything. Most of them are not actually in these spaces. Most of them don't actually use these chains. They buy coins on a centralized exchange. They're not interacting with these blockchains directly. They're also getting paid to shill these coins. Or they just hate everything because they're not active in the actual DeFi space, and they're not getting paid to shill coins. They just hate on everything because I don't know. They have their bags that they're holding and they shill those coins. They're just not being paid to do it. It's just in their best interest to propagate those specific coins. It's what it is. But this conversation about circling around Solana is getting ridiculous. Now, the majority of my holding of my active portfolio for this year is Solana. So I'm heavily invested. I've got money on the chain. I've got more money than most of you have in the market on that chain. And it's still going down. Like, it's still crashing. And I'm not saying dump the coin. We're going to ride it out for the bull run, because they're spending a lot of money getting people to talk it up and spin this narrative like they didn't have to reset the chain again this year in 2024, year of our Lord. Do I think it's going to affect the price? I'm looking at the numbers now. Obviously, it didn't. But when people start talking about, oh, it's better than Ethereum, it's better than this, it's better than that, like, no, it is not. It is not. It's also not decentralized, because if you can just go reboot your whole entire chain, like your Xbox locked up, and you just turn it off and on again, and that fixes it because it just didn't have enough RAM to run it, that means that it is centralized. That is not the intent of this space. That is not a chain that is actually secure. In my opinion, definitely not as secure as Ethereum. Do I think that it's the be all end all? Am I emotionally attached to any of these projects? No, that's the reason I'm telling you the truth. Like, did it reboot? Yes, it did. Did I have money there? Yes, I did. Was it inconvenient? Yes, it was. Was I concerned? No, because I knew they were just going to reboot it, and I was going to be able to access and do and navigate how I was navigating. But in regards to beyond this bull run, beyond this cycle where Solana is going to outperform, do I think that Do I see institutional money moving over there? No, they're not moving anything. The ecosystem is what it is. There's a lot of energy under Solana. There's a lot of money to be made on Solana, but it is not. And like, I was honestly, up until the reboot, considering adding it to an additional position in my longs. And now it is that ship has sailed. No, at this juncture, they're going to have to wait another 4 years for the opportunity to win my graces and get me on board for Solana long term. Because do I think the chain's going to be around? Absolutely. Do I think that once we get back in the bear market and people are no longer even have the glimmer of hope of getting rich next Tuesday on a meme coin that's on Solana, do I think that it's going to hold its prices and continue to pump? No, Solana doesn't even move on its own. Like, people are doing technical analysis on Solana. I'm like, why? It goes up after Bitcoin goes up. Duh. So does the rest of the entire market. But people want to act like Bitcoin isn't important, even though governments, state agencies, countries, publicly traded corporations all over the world are buying Bitcoin and holding it. Probably nothing, right? A lot of the stuff that comes along during the bull run, the Bitcoin halving cycle, that's when the bull run for everything is. We've never seen a bull run for anything outside of when Bitcoin moves. But people keep wanting to discredit Bitcoin. People keep wanting to spin these narratives like Solana rebooting itself again in 2024 is somehow okay, and like, it's not that big a deal. Like, it's totally that big a deal. Not being able to access tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars when you want it is a big deal. Oh, banks do it. I've never had my bank reset. What are you like? They at least they don't do the resets when I'm awake. Like, I've never been throughout the day and I couldn't get access to my money. Period. For any amount of time ever in my existence. In 40 years on this planet, thank you, God, I have never been not able to access money. I've been not able to access the app. That app's reset, but if I go to the bank and put my card in the ATM machine, the money comes out. If I walk in the bank and fill out a withdrawal form, the money comes out. And as somebody who is heavily invested in Solana, I'm going to say it. That's not acceptable. That's a really not good way to run your chain. It's completely asinine. And the people that you have out here that are not willing to comment on that and not willing to say that out loud are people that you should probably not be taking all your information from. They're definitely people that if you're taking information from them, you should take it with a grain of salt, because either they're emotionally invested in the project or they're being paid to spin this narrative, because that ain't good. Rebooting your chain ain't good. And it screams I'm not decentralized. It screams there's a lack of security. It obviously screams that there's an issue with heavy bandwidth. Oh, but the transactions are a penny. 100%. Sure they are. That's great. You go get $100,000 stuck over there. See how you feel. See if you feel that same way. Because those of us who are actually using these things, and I understand that there's a lot of content creators that are new to the market. They're just trying to do their YouTube thing, get paid, and they're out here LARPing as crypto investors. And if they are investing in crypto, they're not in DeFi spaces. They're on centralized exchanges doing stuff where it's safe. So, of course, Solana rebooting isn't a big deal to you if you don't got no money sitting on it. Like, that makes total sense. There's nobody on this planet that's going to go, yeah, I got $100,000 that I didn't have access to for 45 minutes, 2 hours, whatever. And I happened to notice it, and I was trying to move some stuff around and couldn't. And they're just cool about it. Yeah, that's just what it is. No, it's not. That's what it's not. Now, that's not to disparage Solana, but it's like these people that keep trying to act like it's the bee's knees and the best thing ever. It's the best thing ever for this cycle. It's a blue chip meme coin, in my opinion. Like, it's a guaranteed win. It's going to outperform Bitcoin. It's going to outperform Ethereum, which are both longs for me. And then at the end of the cycle, towards the end of the cycle, we'll start converting that over into more Ethereum, because we're currently on a mission to get to 32 Ethereum. It's a arduous uphill battle, but we working at it. And it's going to give me an outsized amount of Ethereum because I do believe it's going to do well this cycle. I think as soon as we get to the end of the cycle, I think when we start crashing down, it's crashing down with everything else. It's going to happen. As soon as the money starts fleeing out of there, we're going to see that retracement, and we can talk about it when the dust settles. But for me, that position and most of my other altcoin plays are just to get more Ethereum. I'm not emotionally tied to the projects. Like, I'm just methodically continuing to buy, buying when I can, like getting a little bit of something in there. Because things are about to get crazy. They are. Your altcoins are going to do exceedingly well. Some of you are going to wake up and be, as far as you're concerned, rich. You're going to see numbers you ain't never seen before that are in your ownership. And the thing that I always tell people is ride the wave, have the fun, but have your list of longs. And towards the end of the market, if you're not coming out of the market, because I don't leave the market, but I do condense down into things that are my longs, my long-term holdings. That's what I do. That is my strategy. That's what I look to do every year. And I gamify every year. I try to see how good I can do. How much more can I get stacked in there? What were the effects of these moves that we made? Implementing the Bitcoin standard. Buying Bitcoin all the time, even through the bull run. Every time we get paid, we going in. And then at the end of the year, for this year, for these years until we get to the 32 ETH, at the end of the year, that Bitcoin gets converted over into Ethereum. Building up that Ethereum bag. It's an interesting space we find ourselves in because the world is both apparently, as we're told, if you believe the media, the worst it's ever been. But also, if you're looking at the market and you're an investor, you're an asset holder, you are looking at what people are trying to do. It's also it's hands down, it's literally the best it's ever been. I believe that we are going into a space to where hopefully some of you get a little bit of hope instilled back in you, get some opportunity. For those of you who are perspicacious and constantly looking, like what we do over here in the Wolfpack, there's about to be a lot of opportunities. There's about to be a lot of things to be excited about. And that needs to be remembered, but also having a plan, moving with intention, and making decisions not for next week, tomorrow. Start looking a little further out. Like what do you want your life to look like in 5 years? What do you want your life to look like in 3 years? What do you want your life to look like in 10 years? And start doing the stuff now to facilitate that. And we're going to close out on that. Let me know down in the comments. Are you guys ready for the Bitcoin bull run? Do you have your plans? Are you following your strategies? Are you sticking to them? That's another one that's a hard sell for me a lot of times, is sticking to the strategy. Because like right now, actually, we'll go ahead and have one additional tidbit before I get up out of here. So one of the things that I talked about in one of my older videos was once we hit 80K, I was going to start dollar cost averaging out. I was also going to stop adding new money directly in for trading. Now we have the Bitcoin standard, so we'll keep buying Bitcoin for those purposes for that portfolio. But as far as putting more money into the crypto market, I'm going to let it, I think we're going to cut it down. If we stay above 80, I'm going to cut it off. Like I'm cutting off the spigot. Matter of fact, I'm actually going to start letting that go back into my bank account, the amount that I had auto deducted that was going into specifically buy crypto to get into the market, to get into my plays. I'm going to probably do that manually. And if we go in and if it comes around payday and we're above 80, I'm not putting that money in there. I'll put it in my income account and we'll just beef that up. Actually, I think that's what we're going to do now that we've hit the 80 marker. The other thing that we're going to be getting ready to do, because that was the plan. So we're going to follow the plan, hell or high water, following the plan, because I get a little bit of a kick out am within the market anyway, and I'm using that to buy positions now, and I'm just taking all the payments that I'm getting and shooting them over and just putting them directly into positions that are within the portfolio. So we've got a lot of stuff that we're shifting around. And that's gonna continue to give us some forward momentum there. But I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna redo my direct deposits. It's gonna be a little bit less. It'll have the Bitcoin standard money in there and my car, because we're saving up for the car in Bitcoin right now also, because we got a little bit longer out for that. So the little bit of money that I'm sending over for the car payment, that's going in there too. And if we're in the market and we're above 80, I'm probably going to start pulling. I'm going to pull my first DCA out from the home improvement fund and actually put that in the income portfolio too, because we're doing all purchases out of that. Like, that pool's going to be what it is. So I think we're going to either that, or I'll start another account and have it build up in there and then use that income for it. We'll see. I mean, most likely what's going to happen is I will put that in the income account in a specific holding and we'll get paid off that. And we'll just know what it is and we'll just contribute it into the deal. But we're gonna pull a little bit out, move it on over, because the Cash App is running over right now. That Bitcoin pool is starting to brim, and we got to follow the process. So, like, if we start moving it over there, now it's generating income. The rest of the portfolio is still growing, and we're gonna just call it good. So, till next week, those are the little extra gems. Make sure if you got value out of this, you subscribe. Obviously, hit the like or the dislike if you hated it. I don't know. Like, some of y'all, I mean, everybody, it's the internet. People are out here. You're going to have haters. But drop questions, comments, concerns down in the comments below. Let's talk about it. Are you ready for the Bitcoin bull run? Do you have a plan? Are you following it? Are you sticking to it? And if you have not subscribed, join the Wolfpack. Hit that subscribe button. I got some really great stuff coming up for the Wolfpack that's going to be exclusive ways to support the platform and the channel. That's going to have a little bit of benefits to it, because, like, I don't have anything to sell you guys. I don't like shill stuff. Because I'm a micro influencer. I'm a mini micro influencer, because this is like a new channel, and like we're not even at what my main channel is. It's just my main channel is shadow banned. But they might have to either undo it or give me the ability to contest the reason why they are doing it. So we'll see. But yeah, we're a mini micro influencer over here. And as we're growing, obviously we'll have some stuff, but I'm going to have some stuff that's exclusive to the members. And, you know, I might have some stuff that I'll pilot test with the group that we've got over here now, because it's definitely a cult following of people that tap in with old Reckless Ray De Niro. But I appreciate you guys to the fullest, because I wouldn't have anybody to bounce these ideas off of if the 10 of you that watch my videos weren't watching my videos. So I do appreciate you, and I thank you. Till next week, people, it's been a blast. It's been another episode of Crypto Portfolio Updates, and we are out. Peace.
Money on my mind, yeah. Focus, got no time for games, nah. I don't play, man, I'm all about that financial literacy. Investing in my future, building generational wealth. Dollar bills, they be calling my name, but I ain't chasing fame, I'm chasing change. Learn the game, now I'm playing it smart. Putting my money to work, it's an art. I'm stacking paper, building my own empire. No more living check to check, I'm getting higher. Investing in stocks, real estate, and more. Gotta secure the bag, that's what I came for.